Hey YouTube, it's Dan again. It's Wednesday. Um, and we're gonna talk about Halloween right now. First of all, that's my favorite holiday. Way better than Christmas. Like seriously, so much better than Christmas. Halloween's a good holiday because I love all that scary stuff. But aside from that, you know, Halloween's always been my favorite because you're able to dress up and go out in public as whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like if you tried to walk down the street right now wearing like a killer costume, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. I mean, I think it would be a good idea, but like people wouldn't think it was funny. When I was a kid, I always liked to wear scary things and things that covered my face so people would think that I was a boy. Whatever I'd wear, I'd always have a scary mask on, and my class never knew who I was. So I like that. I like that I was able to like hide my identity and myself, which is kind of crazy because I was such a young kid and I always liked to dress up so no one knew that I was a girl. I remember when I was like 4, I wanted to be a football player. My mom was like, no, you have to be a princess. Seriously, a princess. And I was like, no, I don't want to. And it was like it was a traumatizing moment because I can still remember it. And I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, but I can remember that. So it turned out that I got to be a football player. I think it's a good time to experiment with, I guess, like your gender and stuff like that, because for me, I didn't even realize I was experimenting with it when I was a kid. Like I said, I was dressing up as scary monsters to hide who I was, and then when I got older, my friends were like cross-dressing. I'm like, ooh, I want to do that too. I want to dress up as a girl. I mean, I got like weird looks. Like, what do you mean? But whatever. It made sense to me at the time, and it makes sense to me now. And I did that one year. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put on a skirt and makeup. My friends thought it was hilarious, like they really did, because I was cross-dressing, and everyone else, like my family, was like, oh my God, you look so pretty, and I'm just like, oh, no one else sees this as cross-dressing besides me and my friends. So I never did that again. And that was a nightmare because I thought it was hilarious because I felt like my entire body was a costume. You know what I mean? Like Halloween for me is 364 days of the year. The 365th day, Halloween, I'm able to like, dress up because I feel like I was always in a costume. Or if people are transgender and they're not sure they're transgender, or they're just trying to experiment and like feel the waters and they're not out yet, I think Halloween's a great opportunity to be like, you know what? I'm gonna dress up as a man today. I'm gonna dress up as a woman for Halloween, and like no one's gonna know that I really want to do that because it's Halloween. If you're a man trapped in a woman's body, or vice versa, what better time to do that than Halloween? Because no one's gonna judge you, I guess, you know? As far as it being safe to do that, I think it is, yeah, because I think a lot of people do it. Just walking down the street, doing that now when it's not Halloween, of course it's like not safe. You know, I used to get bullied all the time before I passed, but I think Halloween it's a little more, people aren't gonna bully you as much. I mean, maybe a little bit. And people are cruel. The world is just mean, and I think that like we need to just accept that. Honestly, like it sounds terrible, but I think there's always going to be that mean person. There's always going to be that one person that makes you feel like poop, okay? There's always going to be someone that makes you feel that way. But as far as a safe zone goes, I think Halloween is a lot more safe to play with your gender as opposed to any other day, just because it's Halloween and that's the whole point. You dress up as whatever you want to. Again, for me, when I realized I was transgender, it was a number of years ago. I knew I was transgender, but I was afraid to come out. Who isn't scared to come out? And there was something called queer ball, and I went with my girlfriend, and I'm like, can I just be like a straight up, I wanted to just be a straight up man. So I put on a tux and a tie, and she drew like a beard on me with eyeliner, and I looked in the mirror and I was just like, whoa. It was just like, it opened up this whole world for me. I'm like, well, this is what I want to do. And I like walked out the door and I went to this stupid ball as this man, and everyone's like, oh my God, is that you? Is that Dan? You look good. You look like you're such a hot guy. And I'm just like, wow. And even though it wasn't like real. I was dressed up, I guess, in a way. It really made me realize I was transgender. And then I was walking down the street and everyone thought I was a guy. Every single person looked at me as a man. So yes, I definitely think that Halloween is a great opportunity. If you're confused, you're trying to come out and see what it's like, but you're afraid to come out normally, then yeah, do it on Halloween because, you know what I mean? Like, to everyone else, you're wearing a costume, but to you, you're like, I think I'm transgender and I want to see what this feels like. Don't forget, you guys check out the Transform box. There should be links on the bottom somewhere. The goal is to create a permanent trans positive social space by selling subscriptions, so you guys can check that out. I recommend it. I don't have any Halloween plans yet, but I'm sure I'll get them. I'll probably just be working. I hope everyone's having an awesome day. Feel free to leave me questions, comments, or concerns, and I'll be back next week. I'm going to be talking about names today. How, for me, my situation here with the name thing, I changed my name before I did anything. It was the first thing I did with my transition because you don't need really like any kind of insurance or doctor letters or any of that other stuff you need when you're doing like a gender change or hormones or surgery.